welcome to the latest edition of PopJunkie. We're not actually sure which number episode it is because the sun's out and it's all gone a bit hazy, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's all gone a bit rosé wine.
We've had too much of Albino Calypso. But yeah, welcome to PopJunkie. I'm Sean, and I'm driving your girlfriend home.
I'm Victoria from Victoria's Jukebox. Okay, so we've got a new recruit to introduce to everyone this week.
Sorry, what?
We've got a new person coming in to help with our reporting.
You never told me.
Well, we thought it was best just to introduce it.
Brilliant.
You know.
Okay.
Mark, welcome to Mark. He's our new reporter.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, it's like Dave Berry and John Travolta have turned up all in one go. Oh no, we can't have that. I'm not happy about this. Something's come between us.
I know, but it's okay because he's quite handsome.
I promise I won't.
Oh, he's a handsome devil.
Don't say that.
So Mark's going to come on and he's going to be helping us out with some of our news stories over the next sort of few months. He's going to do some new unsigned bands and help us out with the festivals. So, what music are you into, Mark?
Well, obviously Jamiroquai.
Well, things aren't going off to a good start, are they?
And a massive fan of the Smiths as well.
Well, we're great about that. Jamiroquai.
I'm sensing up to him now, haven't I?
I'm sensing an emergency on planet Earth already.
Yeah, it's happening. No, maybe a bit of Cars of Chiefs and people like that.
Why'd you get these space cowboys in?
Yeah, no. I know. Anyway, so we'll get a bit more of Mark at the end of the show. He's going to introduce a new unsigned band. Who is it again?
Already.
Is it Electric City?
The Electric City, yeah.
The Electric City. So we'll see Mark at the end of the show.
I've got to go already.
Bye.
Oh, I've got you back to myself now. Come here.
This week's news.
Yeah. Oasis, the big news this week.
Yeah.
Don't know if you've been reading the papers, reading the...
well, I saw the songs on YouTube.
They've leaked, songs have been leaked from a fan, or supposed fan, has leaked songs.
Supposed fan.
Well, they've leaked songs onto YouTube and onto the web. Basically, it's demos from 2005 that could end up on the new Oasis album.
2005, I didn't realise it was that far.
Yeah, they demo stuff that don't be the truth. It didn't make the album, so the fans are now saying these could be songs.
Quality then if it didn't make that.
Well, no, I actually thought that was actually not a bad record, but it's actually right. I've heard all three tracks.
Yeah.
I'll go through them if you want.
Yeah,
so,
come on. Let's
okay, first one. I Want to Live a Dream. In my record machine.
Yeah, no, this is the one I quite like actually. It's a bit of a ballad, isn't it?
It's Noel singing it, very, very psychedelic, very Lennon. It sounds like basically Champagne Supernova meets Strawberry Fields.
Yeah, I like Noel singing.
Very, very Beatles. Second track you've got is They've Got Nothing on Me, They've Got Nothing on You, which is like Liam sings this, very, very punky, bluesy, kind of hard, Sex Pistols-y kind of number.
Right.
And then the third track you've got Stop the Clocks, which was the title of their Greatest Hits album, but Stop the Clocks wasn't on there.
Right. Stop
the Clocks is a new track. It's a bit Champagne Supernova again. It's very epic. It's a bit psychedelic. It's got Noel singing on it. It's got an acoustic guitar.
So it's Noel again. So two of them are Noel on them.
Well, you know, you don't know if these songs are going to be the ones that actually make the album. But I'm thinking, yeah, it's all very well. But we've heard it before. You know, it sounds like the Beatles are on the wall behind us. Yeah. Next up, the Police. The Police have announced they're going to split up.
It's not a drugs bust, is it? Sure?
No, it's not. No, the Police, the Sting-fronted, ill-fated white reggae band, are going to split up. They're splitting up in New York. They haven't announced the date yet. They haven't announced the venue.
That's the date they're splitting up?
Well, no, the venue's to be confirmed and the date is, but they're going to play their last ever gig in New York for the benefit of the arts, apparently.
Whatever. They'll be reforming, just like Rolling Stones,
for the money.
Like Led Zeppelin.
No, basically, the gig's going to be for the benefit of the arts. All the money from the gig is going to go towards arts TV stations in New York. The thing is, if the Police want to do something for the benefit of the arts, then splitting up is definitely the right thing to do. In fact, for the benefit of the arts, they should never have bloody reformed in the first place.
So, welcome to this week's festival news.
What have we got coming up?
Well, we've got the inevitable Glastonbury conversation, but before that, Oxygen's looking pretty good. It's one of your great bands is playing, Manic Street Preachers.
Well, you might need to take your umbrella. Ella.
And the Kooks and Groove Armada.
Oh, I don't want to see Kooks.
Plus, they've got Justice and Uncle, and I like Justice. I like Uncle too.
Justice for all.
Yes,
I thought Justice were a bit rough, but that's another story.
So, Glastonbury, you know, big news. Oh, they've signed up loads of new acts, which consist of Hexstatic and Metronomy. I mean,
rush out to get the tickets for that.
Oh, I know. So, did a little bit of investigating this week and found out that
you all gone all watchdog on us.
I know, I did go a bit watchdog. Well, I've got my ticket, and then I thought, Glastonbury. If it's sunny, it's gonna be really nice. But if it rains, it really will be bad because there's not actually any bands I really want to see this year. Loads of bands in the John Peel tent that I'm up for seeing. But I could see them in Camden for like £5 to £10 a shot. It's not really worth 160 quid. So boyfriend chipping on my shoulder, doesn't want to go anymore. Found out that we can get a refund on our tickets. You can apply on the Glastonbury website to get a refund up to the 20th of May.
Dear Michael Eavis, we'll have to endure James Blunt, Crowded House and Jay-Z, Shakin' Stevens, I want my money back.
Yeah, right. Shakin' Stevens, I'd pay 106 quid to see him on a day.
Wow.
Maybe, no.
He's playing behind a green door, apparently.
Really?
See what I've done there?
No, I didn't get that.
You're too young. You're into New Kids on the Block and A1 when he was out.
Whoa, yeah.
Stop it.
This week's album reviews then.
First album, very excited about. It's probably one of my favourite records of the year so far. It's The Last Temptation of Chris, which has nothing to do with your boyfriend of the same name.
Oh, really?
The Last Temptation of Chris is the second solo album by Chris Difford, who is the lyricist in Squeeze.
Oh, very talented man.
Very talented man. He's come up with what is, no argument, the best opening couplet of a song ever. I never thought it would happen with me and a girl from Clapham.
I love it.
Up the Junction. One of the finest British pop songs ever written.
Yeah, great. I love Squeeze.
We're agreeing, can't have that.
I know.
Chris Difford basically, he's come up with a new album, and Squeeze are kind of on and off. They're a sort of side project.
They were at
solo
Guildfest last year.
Yeah, they kind of split up and they reform again and blah blah blah. But he's now teamed up with a new songwriting partner, Boo Hewardine, who was in a band called The Bible from the 80s. Very, very good cult band. He also writes for Eddie Reader. He's written for Natalie Imbruglia. Even written for Bewitched. He's like a kind of very too much denim. No, he's a songwriter in demand. Very good pop songwriter. He's teamed up with Chris Difford. They come up with The Last Temptation of Chris, which is solo album. It's a follow-up to his debut album, which was out a few years ago. It's a fantastic record. It's very, very British. If you like Squeeze, you'll love this album. Basically, it's a bit more mature than Squeeze. It's got a bit of a country feel to it. He's dressed as Tony Hancock on the cover. It's kind of full of British pop culture references. There's a track called Julian and Sandy, which is
like us then.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we love it. It's a track called Julian and Sandy, which is named after the vintage radio characters from Round the Horne, Kenneth Williams and Hugh Paddock. There's also a track called My Mother's Handbag, which is a nostalgic kind of look back at his growing up, the smell of his mother's handbag when he was a kid. There's a track called Battersea Boys, which mentions Gracie Fields. But my favourite track on the album is called Fat as a Fiddle, and it's a genius song. It's a very kind of rampant, kind of rocky pop song, but it's about the trials you face as a middle-aged man growing up. It's the first ever song to be written about a subject that's, shall I say, close to my heart, quite literally. The first ever song to be written about man breasts.
Oh my god.
So I think
you are joking.
No, it's the first song about man boobs, or moobs as they're known as. So I'm definitely saying that this album is bra-tastic.
Oh god, I nearly got knocked out.
I can now cover up my man breasts with the bra, and oh, it's a tight squeeze.
Okay, well I've jumped on the bandwagon now to do the unsigned band bit, which I'm going to hopefully help the guys out with a little bit every so often.
Didn't take you long, did it?
No, sorry about that. And I've been trotting around the back doors of clubs, don't say anything,
I bet you have,
and a few pubs and places like that. And managed to have a look on MySpace as well, and I came up with some guys called the Electric City.
Okay.
Highly recommended by moi.
Well, okay, don't lie, you've just ruined my intro. Anyway, so Vix and I were having a little look at these guys, and we quite like them. Just for you, they've been described as dirtier than a student's trip to Amsterdam, which kind of drew me in the first place.
Sounds fascinating.
I've had a few good trips to Amsterdam.
I bet you have,
yeah.
Have you been there?
Yeah, I have, Fun
well, these guys met in Ibiza, and they've been around for quite some time now, but they're still unsigned, and they've been taken on by the guys who do the Kaiser Chiefs, Franz Ferdinand and Mumra.
Cool.
And sort of just at the start of the year, they've been getting quite a lot of sort of publicity, and their YouTube, not YouTube, their MySpace hits have just hit over the 200,000 mark now.
That's pretty good.
But back last year, they were supporting The Who.
Okay.
At the County Trust
as well, yeah.
Cool.
And they're pretty good, those gigs. I've seen a few good bands there before.
Okay.
Those friends of mine, those guys. So they're starting to do quite well. Playlisted on XFM recently.
Okay.
They've been also supported We're Scientists.
What they sort of sound like?
Kind of, they're very sort of dirty electro rock.
Okay.
Very electro.
I was sitting there thinking it reminded me of some of that Eskimo disco stuff that you and I were talking
about.
So it's quite crossover.
It's some of it's a little bit poppy, but mainly sort of electro rock. I quite like it.
Cool. So go to MySpace, and it's the Electric.
The Electric City, and
enjoy.
Enjoy.
Shocking.